Hi everyone, for tonight's Nightcap and review, I'm having a soda and I'll be reviewing Under My Bed by Rose Chase. This is a book I received as an ARC, but of course I can give my honest opinion. These are the tropes and these are the content warnings. And my rating for this book is I'm giving it 4. This was such a fun read and I'm really excited to talk about it. I think this is the second book I've read by this author. I was on her art team for her last book. I can't quite remember it off the top of my head right now, but I loved that book. I think I also gave it a 4 or 4.5. And again, for this book, her second one that I've read, it's also a 4. And I'm just really enjoying this author and her writing style. But before I can get into anything else about my feelings on this book, what's this book about? So this book is about Stella, our female main character, who's on the hunt for a house. She's shown this amazing house that leaves her questioning things because it's huge, it's in great condition, and it has a lot of acreage, and it's extremely cheap for the area, especially with the housing shortage. So she's left wondering, should she listen to her intuition that's telling her something has to be wrong? This can't be priced right, there has to be something wrong. Or does she take a chance and buy the house regardless, because what else is there on the market? Well, you can bet your ass she buys the house because she's not going to let this house get away from her. But little does she know that she didn't just buy a house. There's something lurking under her bed that is just waiting for her to move in because he is looking for a new plaything. So what are my thoughts on this book? I'm giving this 4 stars. This was such a fun read. Like, I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm in my 30s, my mid 30s, and I still sometimes get a voice in the back of my head that tells me there's something under my bed that's gonna grab at me. I jump into my bed, bundle myself up, thinking my blankets and sheets are gonna keep me safe. So why is it that in this book, and where the scene where the demon is first terrorizing her, it's exactly how it plays out in my head when I'm having one of those episodes, let's call them. Because oh my god, it was exactly from my brain, and it just gave me the shivers, and I was like, oh my god, this is freaking me out. So it was a very exciting moment in the book that I enjoyed that also had me giggling with what I was reading. But it definitely felt like she was in my head as I was reading this scene when I'm having one of those paranoid moments. There were a lot of moments in this book that were really funny that I really enjoyed. Like one night when the demon is trying to scare her and she turns the tables on him, and it just results in him, this big scary demon that's peeking out from her bed, having this shocked Pikachu face. At least that's how I pictured it in my head. And that just, again, had me giggling and just really enjoying the book. Now, I will say there were moments, as much as I love these two characters, that they did irk me a little bit, but they kind of made sense for what the author was writing. The female main character is very much a sweetheart, a softer female main character. She's definitely very sassy though, which I loved about her. She always had a quip or a comeback, or was willing to poke at the demon, essentially. But there was points at the end of the book where she just came off a little more whiny, but as the tropes say, there is a fated mate, true soulmate kind of situation. So if you've read those kind of books, I would attribute this to having kind of like a maintenance sickness. So it made sense for how they were portrayed as a couple. But just be prepared that this character that you love will have moments where she might just be a little whiny. I will also say Cass, the demon, that's his nickname, is also very entertaining. I'm trying to think of the right word. He is definitely very entertaining, but he acknowledges that he is emotionally stunted and he is very immature at times. So you could definitely see that and see the growth with him. But even when he's acknowledging how immature he is, this demon was more concerned about making sure she was educated and understood what true enthusiastic consent was, that I really don't care about his immature moments, because when it mattered, he was a mature demon. He made sure she was taken care of, and I love that about him. So he can do no wrong in my eyes. He can play all the immature pranks that he wants. It was just something I'm willing to put up because of his emotional intelligence and where it matters. Overall, I really did enjoy this book. I believe it falls under the novella category, and I would say for a novella, it's really well done. With some novellas, you have all plot and no spice, or all spice and no plot, or it just feels rushed at times because it's such a small book, you don't get the time to write out everything. And for me, perfect amount of spice, perfect amount of plot, and I thought the plot was really well done at the right pace. It never felt rushed to me. Now, I do believe this is the first in a series, and I'm really curious to see what else she does because these demons got me interested and I wanted to read more about them. Now, this book will be available May 30th. Definitely give it a download. You're not going to regret it. I will also say, if someone's looking to start into the dark romance, this I think would be a good starter novel. There are some dark themes, but I would not say it is I would give it like a level 1, maybe a level 2 in terms of dark romance, and even then a 2 is pushing it. So if you're looking to start dark romance, this is a really good series I think you would like because there is enough levity and lightness to the book that it's not going to feel overwhelming, at least in my opinion. So I hope everyone has a good night and happy readings.